You're gonna tell me how to do the list?
Eat a burger.
Eat a
and
burger.
Put it to rest.
Do it.
So now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face. But you punch the burger?
I'm gonna throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, we changed it. We're back up.
Come on.
You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you.
We've seen him 2 places.
All right, healthy debate. Yeah, jack me up a little bit. No idea what day it is. No idea. I don't like to borrow Dave's. We good? I don't like to borrow Dave's terminology, but I am as noodle as it gets.
Guess.
25th.
Nailed it.
All right, nailed it. Perfect. You know what else nails it? DraftKings. The thrill and excitement of March Mania is here, and the DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top rated sportsbooks apps, is giving new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly with bonus bets and with any college basketball bet. So you've seen it. You can get it in the action live. You can do a pregame. You can do player props. DraftKings is where it's at. College basketball is rolling the whole time. North Carolina listeners, do not forget, DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in your state. If it's anything like the one in Chicago, you are going to have a blast in North Carolina. So take your wagers there as well. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code RICO. New customers can bet $5 to $150 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code RICO. The crown is yours. So yeah, off of that, lot of action this weekend. Where do we want to start? So you can go a variety of different things because the 4 days I would grade as it's still an A, but like I tweeted, Truth Tree, it's probably a C minus, right?
A for you or A for the
tournament? The tournament
overall?
in general is
Okay.
always those 4 days. It's like I don't know. It's like being married to a supermodel. Like if a guy started complaining, you'd be like, "Yo, buddy, it's not that bad." It's 4 days of basketball. It's the best 4 days of the year. I'm never ever going to be that guy complaining about it, but. Not a lot of good games. That holds us to a great Sweet 16, which is fine. You make that sacrifice. No buzzer beaters, no real crazy end.
Oh, I think that's wrong.
A few crazy endings.
I cried because of an ending.
A few crazy. Yeah, we'll get to that in the third quarter. We'll get to that. A few crazy endings, but no stretch of games where it's like 12 o'clock goes bananas, 2 o'clock goes bananas, 4 o'clock. It's just banana, but it's a run of chaos. Like that.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I do think there was good standalone games.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure. So it worked out. All right, and then obviously, all right. So best game, Dukes. Healthy debate. Oakland, Kentucky, A&M, Houston. Your game.
Nah, it's
Auburn, Yale, Marquette, Colorado.
There's a couple. Most fun. Can we go most fun first?
Yeah.
Most fun game that I enjoyed just watching was Florida, Colorado.
Okay.
That was just wow. Just talk about all.
Yeah.
You saw the talent that Colorado had. I mean, Florida is who
Florida didn't want to play defense.
Yeah,
well,
but Colorado's not the best. They're not going to. But the way that Colorado can run, I love watching that Colorado team. NBA players on that floor. That was my favorite team to watch. I think the best game was Houston, Texas A&M.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Talk about a gritty win.
Crazy. Buzz is a good coach, and Houston's still legit. People keep being like Houston gacked it away. Don't get me wrong.
The refs kind of. I don't know. You watch Houston a lot. I've never seen a Houston game called that way. I thought the refs were very inconsistent. I think they did keep Texas A&M in that game. 45 free throws. Did you want to hear a stat? No team with over 40 free throws since 1960 have lost a game. The one team has actually. Seattle to UCLA in 1964.
Jesus Christ.
So I mean,
call Brandon
and everybody had 4 fouls on Houston.
Yeah, everybody. I know.
Going into overtime, I was like, they're cooked.
Yeah, I give. Yeah.
What was your favorite game?
I think it was that one, because it was one of those where that's the last memory you had. Like, to be honest with you, once San Diego State got up, I shut that off. I was also we were heading home. I was in the cab. All right, they got this in handle.
Well, that was the
early flight.
Yesterday was the worst day of games, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Utah State got run out of the gym.
Oh, dude, can we talk friend to friend? Your little back and forth with somebody today about Lamont Paris being like, oh, you got blown out in the first round, and somebody hit you with if 14 points is bad, wait till you hear about 39.
Yeah, but hey, we're on to Washington, so credit to Danny. We're a Big Ten school now. I'm gonna look good in purple and gold, folks. We're gonna look good in purple and gold. The carousel is nuts. Dusty May to Michigan. This is all going down while things are going on. Who wants Louisville? Where is Will Wade going? Like the whole thing is chaotic. Yeah, so crazy. But yeah, absolute noodle. A lot of good games. Are people calling in?
Yeah, we got a full board.
Yeah, I figured that.
Before we hit the full board, though, Nikki C was trying to call in when you were on the bus. And
all right.
He left a very
so that's
voicemail.
a good segue for the bus. You know, we'll do the bus and the butler.
All
but
right.
Go ahead.
We're gonna queue up Nikki C real quick.
Am I live? Voicemail? Can't tell. But I'm going to bring some fucking energy for you. This is Nikki C out of Chicago. We're not currently in Chicago right now, but that's okay. We're enjoying nice clear blue water. All right? I wanted to ask you about your omelet station etiquette. Very important question I got. I know you got all this other bullshit going on, but we can get to that. We can get to that in a fucking second. All right, Portnoy? You know, you see this fucking guy? Running. This guy's running to make fucking buses. All right, I know he fucked up. Little screw up. That's fucking all right. And these callers earlier today with Healthy Debate, bring the fucking energy for your guy. Are you really a rider? Then you'll show some fucking energy. And Bosco, we love you, brother. Stay strong. Stay strong. Keep the head up high. Come on, chin up. Couple big plays tomorrow, and we're right back where we need to be. Jetski, appreciate you. Meek, appreciate you. Dukes, go get us a date and win. And last thing, Bosco, let's fucking go. Hip of this, hip of that. I understand things going on. Totally get it. But let's fucking fire up, and let's absolutely kill this weekend. March is made for Bosco. When I think March, I think Bosco. I don't think Tate. I don't think the other guys. No respect to Ohio Tate or whoever, you know. I don't think these others. I think Rico, Bosco. And you know who's a good friend? Jersey Jer. How about him giving you a fucking call when you need it most?
Yes.
That's a real fucking friend. All right. I got to get back now. Talk to you later. Love you, Bosco.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one. What did you guys take away from the biggest energy? Now it's 4 days ago, which is, again, it feels like. But what was your biggest takeaway or chaos from the bus? Getting there. The best was Mike, the security guard, goes, yo, I thought you were going to get to the bus, do the footage, and then get on a plane. He's like, that would have been the move. I'm like, that would have been a death sentence.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That would have been a death sentence.
And there's no way that would have gone undocumented because you know, like, just the chances that there's maybe some stoolie on the plane.
Yeah, 100%.
No way.
100%. So we weren't doing that. But the priest at 1 a.m. in Pittsburgh, because he comes walking down, and I'm like, this place isn't crazy. Bro, there was a guy. I guess I haven't talked to you guys, so I guess I'll give you the whole rundown of the characters. First, there was a lady behind me going to California to visit someone incarcerated.
Yeah, that's crazy. She should be incarcerated.
The bus was lawless. The first lady is like, all right, listen, just try to be respectful of others. Like, no sounds, no speakers. Like, get it going. Bro, it was like 60 people battling over who could play music the loudest on this bus. Zero regard.
That's the best.
Zero regard for fucking laws on this bus. Zero regard.
Yeah, maybe you started that, though. You hosted a radio show from the bus, so I think you might have sparked the anarchy.
Yeah, but they were doing it before me. Like,
Your
I
tweet-
sat down quietly, and I'm like, all right, how do we want to play this? And these people were lawless.
Your tweet sent me when you were like, yeah, there's this woman arguing about her kids getting into a fight in school
Oh.
on speakerphone. I'm like, bro, you just did 70 calls from the bus.
Yeah, but I was whispering. I wasn't
you
going
were.
crazy. Oh, she was fighting about that. Then there was another lady who's, when we got to the stretch of Chicago, it was like an hour and a half left. I'm like, all right, this is not that bad. Like, we can make this do. She's crying. A friend got shot in Walmart.
Oh, my God.
The priest meets me at 1 a.m. The guy comes walking in that station in Pittsburgh for the transfer to Columbus was banana land. Bro, the one guy's walking like this and just goes down. There's people sleeping on the floor. The guy who was sleeping on the floor gets on our bus. He snored the loudest I've ever heard in my life. Like, it was
You were on the Fenton bus.
chaos. It was fucking chaos. Absolute chaos. And then I get up there and it's the butler. So, yeah, what did you guys take away in terms of, like, the toughest part or the...
How shitty your hashtag was to start?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, dude, can we talk about that?
The
Rico
text
Bosco.
from Dave said, Bosco buses to brackets.
Why didn't you
Okay.
consult with us?
Yeah, I don't know. I just was. Well, you know what?
That wouldn't even fit on a shirt.
For the first time in my life, I was just doing what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, and you did a great job. I think
Yeah.
you were.
I was up a lot of people. That was the thing. People keep being like, "Oh, he slept for 20." Guy, read the timestamps.
No Clemming on that.
It
bus.
was about maybe 2 hours at a time to sleep, if that.
How was the one shit on the bus?
Oh, easy.
Easy?
I racked that out early.
Yeah, you did.
I racked that out early. That wasn't even when it was dark out.
But only 1 P? That surprised me.
Then a second one late. Second one late.
Yeah, dude.
But I was a machine. I didn't eat.
Yeah.
I literally didn't eat.
That's actually a smart move. Like not eating and drinking that much.
I literally didn't eat. I got that, and I had like an extra thing of pretzels. Nothing was open. I thought we were gonna hit like no free ads, but we'd hit a place for a fast food type thing. There was a Sheetz that we stopped at, but I didn't want to eat any of that stuff.
No.
Oh, you should have. Sheetz is gas.
I know, but it was the middle of the night.
I don't know.
I didn't want to shit
Sheetz
again.
is better than Wawa.
Sheetz is not better than Wawa, bro.
Sheetz is better than
That's
Wawa.
crazy.
I
Sheetz
like
is
Sheetz.
so white
I'm not a
trash.
big Wawa guy.
Like, the best thing at Sheetz is like these loaded mac and cheese bites. They're disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm
not a big
guy.
Wawa guy.
I'm a Sheetz guy.
But I didn't want to shit again. It was crazy. So, all right, let's take a couple of calls. We got some IceCon stuff to talk about too. The tournament in general. I mean, we got another one to touch on, but this is basically the top 14. There's a couple outliers, and that's really it. But the top 14 on KenPom are all right there. So we got some classics, and I think it's gonna set up for some Elite Eight classics. So we're due to get some good games. Let's get some good ones on Thursday. Dukes, fire them through.
Mark Reno.
Yo, Rico.
What's up?
New Mexico, brother. What happened there?
Bad. I mean, they didn't get off the bus. That's a mistake on my end. That's a very rookie mistake back in the Mountain West. The Mountain West in this tournament, like Ev was dancing on their grave, rightfully so. Mountain West is bad, man. Mountain West is bad. I liked Patino. I liked Obi Toppin's non-related brother. I liked Mashburn. We obviously like House. They just didn't get off the bus. And you know what, though? They lost to Clemson, right, Dukes?
Yes.
Clemson's just better than them. Clemson's just straight up better than them. And Clemson's doing this weird thing. Wasn't Clemson ranked for a little bit, Dukes?
Yes.
This year, ranked?
Yes.
Completely off the bid.
Yeah.
Floated around the 5-6 line. So, yeah, that was a bad pick. Texas Tech was an even worse pick. And it was crazy because there were some easy ones that I liked Thursday, and I got into the pressure of, ride the Big 12. Oregon was easy. Didn't put enough on it. St. Peter's, Tennessee was easy. And I loved Gonzaga because everybody and their mother was on McNeese State. And all three of them I'm looking at, and I'm like, nah, I like it too much. You ever like it too much and you panic? So, but other than that Thursday and Friday morning, I got pretty hot into Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. So my big bets did really well.
Same.
Houston first half and UConn first half with some really big boys, and Gonzaga was a big boy. So you got to hit those to carry you through to justify the Texas Tech and New Mexico.
Understandable, yeah.
But I also don't think that was a bad pick in Bracket Busters.
New Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico. And all the other teams that I took would not have won, as it turns out. I was looking at Oregon. It wouldn't have won. I was looking at Drake. Wouldn't have got me out of the first day.
Yeah, I think New Mexico and Drake are good teams that you want to carry, but
I didn't trust Baylor. But I didn't trust Baylor.
I mean, I wouldn't have taken
So
NC
I was
State.
right on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken NC State. They weren't really on my board, I'll be honest. So that makes it less painful. But good for Pat and Joey, 40K.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken NC State.
All right, give me the next one.
Last
Oh, go
question,
ahead.
last
Yeah, go
question.
ahead.
If you pick a future right now to win, who would you pick?
UConn, still. Although, I think people are backing off Houston a little bit. I think that's going to be a classic final, if that's what it is.
Yeah, dude, I think Houston is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Also, that whole dude for 32 shit. They got that now that I didn't know how much they talked about it, but Reggie Chaney, who was on the team last year, passed away from fentanyl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Houston's. I want to see that defense against fucking UConn, how they run their offense.
Yeah.
I think UConn probably gets the win, but I'm a Houston guy. I have them winning it all.
Yeah, we keep saying it. It's a breakthrough type tournament now. Hurley just broke through. Is Sampson the guy to break through? Is Oates the guy to break through? Is Hubert the guy to break through? There's a lot. So let's go through the. All right, pull it up real quick. We'll do that. That's a good segue. All right, you ready?
Much love, Rico.
Much love. That's a good segue. Thank you. All right. Danny Hurley, I think, has 6 tournaments appearances. Could be 5. Brian Dutcher probably has the most. Underwood probably has 6 or 7. Otzelberger has how many?
He has 2 Sweet 16s.
But how many appearances? Click the guy if we have a question, but click Underwood too. It'll go all the way back to 03, and then you can add them up as I'm going. Hubert Davis, 2. Oates, 6 or 7. He's one of the most experienced. Brunell, not as many. Tommy Lloyd, not as many as a head coach. Barnes, the most. McDermott, a lot. Few, a lot. So that side, Painter, a lot. That side has a lot. But Shaka, handful. Shire, handful. Keats, not as many. Sampson, the most. There's a ton of guys on the right side with the most, but I just gave you a bunch of guys with not as many, Dukes. You know what I mean? That was my point. It seems like the left side's inexperienced, the right side has a ton.
Yeah.
What happened? You just gave away your password?
No,
You okay?
Yeah. Do you know when you just get news that like you don't even know how to react? My childhood pizzeria place just shut down.
Oh,
all right. I'm like, what's all right? That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. Like
That's fair.
I needed to process that for a second. And
that's a fair
Well,
reaction.
as we learned about Duke, some things like he's an
it's a
emotionally
little news.
open guy.
Yeah, have a cry and then you come.
Yeah,
take a minute.
Healthy debate. That had nothing. I don't expect people to understand why I cried. That had nothing to do with the win. Zero. Zilch. It had everything to do. It had everything to do with me being on campus and seeing like a win like that. I was like, I thought I'd never experienced this in my life.
That makes sense.
Yeah, being on campus was way cooler than being at the game.
Now, did you have any control? I thought we were gonna do this in the second half, but we'll just roll through. Did you have any like, oh shit, I'm on camera? Maybe control it a little bit.
That's why I pinched my eyes.
I think that made it. You didn't pinch. You punctured them.
Yeah. I mean, I was also wasted. I was also responsible.
You did it to cry more?
No, I was punching it to hold it in. Like shit.
Okay. Yeah,
That's a DiCaprio trick. If you can't get the tears, you gotta stab yourself.
Yeah.
There's.
I didn't even know that.
Wasted is a good point. I walked down the stairs of my college house and two guys were like having a heart-to-heart and like crying it out. I go, yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
And it just I literally went, not for me. It went right up the stairs. I was like, no thanks.
But it was electric. Also,
it was good.
You,
yeah,
you had them shirtless.
You could win if it's the Barstool Awards next year. You would win an award.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I would legitimately. That's the happiest I've been probably since I got this job.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a big win. It was a great comeback. It's a big win.
And also
you hung with Arizona relatively. It would have been nice if you hit the over.
I mean, it would have been nice if we won. Yeah, whatever.
You hung with Arizona relatively for a little bit.
Going off Houston. Houston's gonna. Because I don't want to talk about crying anymore. Got getting roasted on the internet. I'm like fucking trying to battle everybody. I'm fucking swinging left and right.
I know.
But I think that Houston. Here's my take on Houston. If Kelvin Sampson wins it, he steps down because this is like his last class that he like kind of went to the Final Four with. He steps down. Kellen takes over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If he wins, he's going out.
That makes sense. I do wonder in those situations though that the school or the AD goes, who are you to decide if we want your son or not? You know what I mean? If you could go out and get a better hire, I don't think you should automatically get the son, but we'll see. All right, load him up.
There's a succession plan for him.
Yeah.
Mike, Texas.
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, Rico, how are you? I'm so happy you were on the stream. I was just really intrigued because everyone was saying you were a bad liar. We've been through this. You're the greatest liar ever. You convince everyone you watch college basketball. You don't. So I know you're the best liar. You had a show, right, with Marty and everything?
Yeah.
So look, this is the thing. You convince everyone you watch basketball. All right, that's fine. You're the best liar. We're gonna jump this subject because I don't understand what Duke said right now. He said he was crying because he was on campus. That's it.
Mike, let me explain something to you. When you're on campus to the school that you went to and you missed out on being a number one seed and going on a deep March run, and then you see a tournament moment, something that you've been craving for 5 years, and you're drunk, you're going to get emotional over it. That's what I did. I live and die. My happiness is predicated on this team for 6 months.
You don't get those moments in Mexican baseball.
Yeah, I was going to barely touch that subject. Did you know
Mexican baseball run lines don't do it for me like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, wait. Dukes, you should just carry and say, hey, you know what? I was blasted. I was so drunk. I wanted to take my eyes out of my socket. You know, like you should just say stuff like that. Don't say you're crying because you're on campus. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not. It does make sense. When campus would have exploded my senior year, and I missed out on a ton of memories with my best friends. The fact that I was able to
Wait, 2020 was supposed to be your senior year?
It was my senior year.
Oh Jesus.
So I've been being back on campus
that makes more sense. I lose track.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been here longer than that.
Yeah, the fact that I was able to see
what did they do? So you didn't walk?
No.
You didn't have a senior week?
It was more like that. I saw how the students responded to the win.
I don't know if I would have been able to mentally handle that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I did.
I think in college, especially going to I didn't go somewhere we were watching basketball. They've turned into a powerhouse Division III now, but
It was like part of why I tried.
All those just the first nice day when everybody's just you're like, am I going to class? And everybody's blowing it off, and even the teacher's like, all right, you guys. They're like, oh, you guys showed up? All right, 5 points extra credit. Get the fuck back to the hill.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, when I saw that, I was like,
man.
all the memories that I missed, and I had that one on campus, like, at the bar, felt like I was a senior again. I was like, now I could die. Like,
all right, so we'll do this last one because I don't like talking about COVID. But healthy debate. Who got fucked more, seniors or juniors?
Juniors.
Because that shit
had to
carried.
come back, and it still carried into 2021, I think.
The juniors got completely fucked, right?
I
Because
went
they missed everything. Like, well,
and when
they
you're a
did
senior
get to
in college,
graduate,
like,
but it
really
wasn't
matter
the
with your
same.
classes. You probably just like partied up until you got sent home, and then you probably.
It wasn't the same. They missed junior prom. They missed that. There's nothing better than the day the seniors leave after graduation, and now you're the oldest ones in the building.
Are you talking about high school?
High school.
Oh, high school.
As well.
I don't know.
Well, college juniors got fucked too, but I think it's more impactful in high school. But I couldn't help thinking about that when it happened. I was like, man, they got fucked. And then like COVID came back in 2021. I was like, oh, this kind of fucking sucks.
Think about the kids that were like spring sports guys, like baseball players, lacrosse players, track guys, or girls.
Yeah.
Like if you're a junior
your senior year,
and you miss your junior year, that's like the recruiting.
Of course.
track,
No,
and
it's
you're
what
fucked.
set the whole thing backwards. It's we've touched on
even
this
like
before,
the college athletes in the spring that like I know lacrosse guys that like they had job offers and then it's like, well, I missed my senior year. Do I want to go back? Do I like defer the job offer? Do I just say no, I'm good right now? Like
it was a
weird time period.
Just a bizarre like time period.
That makes a lot of sense because now you make because of COVID and everything. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, don't say that. But
You know, it's also wasted.
going back, Rico. Trevor Bauer is pitching in the Mexican League, and Robinson Cano is his partner in crime.
Jesus,
it's weird. I mean, Diablos Rojos is going to take it all. I think it's a lock. I haven't found anywhere where you could bet futures on Mexican Baseball League. But when I do,
all right. Well, there's only one spot. There's only one spot. But keep us posted. Let us know what goes on.
All right, Rico.
All right, Mike. Dukes, give us the next one. We'll go halftime.
Jack, Seattle.
Bosco, what's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, healthy debate for you. Danny Sprinkle about to lead the Dogs to a Sweet 16 run next year, coming out of nowhere, shocking the Big Ten.
Yeah. So what do you bring back? I mean, my eyes were in Logan. Washington was kind of a middle of the pack Pac-10 team this year, right?
Yeah, we had the talent, just not the coaching. So we got to get Corin Johnson back, the guard. He started heating up. He had like 30. He dropped like 3 30 pieces towards the end of the season. We got a 5-star coming in. We got Zoom Diallo, the 5-star.
Yep.
Then we got this freshman who sat all year from Texas, Wesley Yates. This kid is a stud. Everybody's been saying he was better than Keon Brooks, our Pac-12 leading scorer. So we get those 3 back. You're looking at one of the best backcourts in the Big Ten.
Plus, that's with a little bit of depth. Maybe he gets, I don't know the years that they got left, but he's looking at like guys like Martinez, Darius Brown, Asabor. Like now
bring in Asabor.
Maybe Asabor plays the 4. And you play a big style. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity there. If anything, this guy shows he can win.
Yes.
So.
And dude, you got Frank Ketnong, who really was the biggest key. We were playing well against San Diego State, lost on a last-second 3 against them. Nevada played well against Colorado State, and then he got hurt. We started sucking, so we get him back. Then you got some stuff.
I'm just excited to have a guy where they got some trips where I can make. Like if I really wanted to, you can make it down to Maryland. I don't see myself going to Washington, I'll be honest. But I'm more.
Dude, I thought you were a real sprinkle guy, bro. I thought you were a real sprinkle guy.
I am a sprinkle guy. I'm gonna be on. I'll be in his back pocket at Rutgers. You know what I mean? When they make that trip in.
Bro, if you were really on him, bro, you'd be in Seattle.
All right.
You'd be in Seattle for the introductory press conference.
I like watching it. I'll blog it. But Dukes, book us a flight to Seattle. We'll put that on the list.
Do you want to go?
I would love to go out.
Do you want to go for a game? Dude, my buddy goes to law school out there. I'm going for Washington, Michigan. You want to come?
Football?
Yeah.
No, I want to go for basketball.
Dude, but it's preseason. We go to the practice.
All right, yeah.
We start seeing who's got in.
All right.
Ooh, we got to do a little healthy
Think of
debate.
all
Plus
think of all the
Michigan,
gear
by the
you'll
way.
get, dude.
Lot of texts with Dusty. Dusty's very excited over there in Michigan.
So why don't we?
It's always good when we can upgrade from like barely Adidas to Jordan. It's always nice.
All right, I'm penciling you in for Michigan State, Washington when it happens.
Oh, Michigan, Washington.
Michigan, Washington.
Michigan, Washington. So Dusty May. Then you'll be teeter-tottering for who to root for.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the football game, so we have no affiliation, but we'll figure it out. But I'm definitely going to be there if they play at Rutgers. Definitely.
Easily happening.
Definitely. All right, let's go halftime, and then, Duke, you still loaded up?
Yeah.
All right, we'll touch on IceCon and load out the back end.
Danny Hurley beat Pitt at Wagner in 2011, 2 days before Christmas. The entire world was like, congratulations. He was a name on the rise. There's no question he was leaving. So there was a thread, I was in it, I was like, congrats to Hurley, he just cashed the ticket wherever he wants to go. He DMs me, I know him well, he's not leaving, I'm right, and then disappears. That summer he left for URI. I'm like, yo, you gonna address this? Like, we'll just say you were on.
He said he was privately, or you saying?
No, I had to go get it at the garden.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, he sent it in a DM.
So go ahead and go track him down.
You just wanted an apology.
I just wanted an apology.
You just wanted an apology. That's all he asked for.
He tried to belittle me. I was like, nobody. Yeah, but he didn't belittle me publicly. Even worse, he did it. Not only I have to think about it.
Well, that's not worse. That's not worse at all. It was not a public thing. You made it public.
No one would know the story.
How is that possibly worse?
Rico. If he belittles you in front of the internet,
Yeah.
you got people
He
coming
didn't.
after you.
He just DM'd. It was between you and him.
That was an all-timer.
I thought he
That was an all-timer from Bosco.
You belittled yourself.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Then he won't apologize. He's dead wrong.
You did it.
All right, but then when somebody
posted
brings it up,
his DM.
shows it, he just still won't do it. I like fight him. He's like, yeah, I was wrong, but I'm like,
Go in.
he wouldn't do it.
But he didn't say anything publicly, even worse than I did.
It's crazy.
That was an all-timer.
All time.
You think Logan right now would rather have Jerry doing this?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's beautiful Bosco.
Even worse.
I mean,
than
the
I
friend
had to
for shows
think
the
about.
other.
I do think that's my favorite thing when Dave can't get through a sentence because he's laughing so hard. And it's not just because of me. I've seen him do it with Elio. I've seen him do it with Whitney. Like when he's retelling stories and he's laughing, it's fucking hysterical. All right, let me tell you about Dave & Buster's. The chance of getting a perfect bracket is 1 in 120.2 billion. Best of luck. For the rest of us, instead of not watching after our bracket is busted, why not be rewarded for it? This March, when you lose, you win at Dave & Buster's. Throughout the tournament, we're washing away your sorrows with $2 beers. Terms and conditions apply, and anyone whose bracket has been busted can DM Dave & Buster's with a picture of their bracket across social media handles. In reward, Dave & Buster's will be giving away 1 million chips of free gameplay while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply, but hurry, all chips will be given away and must be redeemed at your local Dave & Buster's before the tournament ends. Come to Dave & Buster's for $2 beers all tournament long and DM your busted bracket to Dave & Buster's for free gameplay while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. So shout out to Dave & Buster's. Shout out to Joey and Pat. 40 grand. Nice little weekend for them. Very, very enjoyable. Speaking of Dave laughing, so Dave and Whitney get into a little bit of beef. Where do you guys stand on steak? I think you should be able to order it however you are. And I don't really know what Dave's thing was, but he was like, you can't be a tough guy if you order it medium well.
I think that kind of aligns, though. No, I'm
I
not
do
throwing
think
shots at Whitney, but like if you're a tough guy,
right,
hockey guy, I feel like you'd be eating somewhat rare steak.
Prettier. In Whitney's defense, maybe if you get one piece of bad meat sometimes, like my mother always was worried about that. Like it's too red. She always wanted it. Don't get it so bloody. Don't get it this and that. Like it's too red. So like she always was freaking out when we would order medium rare. But if you get that one bad piece of meat, maybe you start to shift to a medium well guy. You know what I mean? I do get that.
I think the most you can do.
I'm medium rare.
I'm
through
medium
and through. But I get like the people who go, I'm like, you eat seafood or you eat clams? Nah, I had a bad clam once. I'm out. Like there's nothing that you know more about that food poisoning or whatever that could like really hose you. You know what I mean?
Medium rare plus.
Yeah, everybody says that.
That's like elite steakhouses. Like
that's like a little bit more well done.
Yeah, a little bit more.
See, I don't know. I like it rare.
Some medium rares though, like you got like some medium rares are not medium rares.
No. IceCon in general was seemed like a riot.
Yeah, I didn't
the dudes
realize
from
how strong the ice people were.
Yeah.
Probably the funniest thing I've seen.
Well, he goes on these runs of like 17-2-1, 17-2-1. Like he knows he can get on a run like all of us.
But just getting that many people to like
crazy
fly to Arizona. Well, I'm guessing
there was a lot of guys to do that.
Did.
The take I had off of that was definitely like strong people, the Czech Republic guys, the people signing his jerseys. The broadcast, like incorporating that. There's more of what I had that. I had a couple of big things. Is IceCon a movement for like bachelor parties? Not IceCon in general, but incorporating this event where we all go and bet the over. So like we're all gonna put up $100. There's 8 of us. We bet 800. Now we have an extra 800 for a group community thing at the bar. Or that $800 covers the steak dinner. You were prepared to lose the 100 anyway. You know what I mean? Like, do it within your means. But that group, all in on a game.
I think it's a great thing to try to
like wherever you are, just going to you go to the baseball game and you're taking that. You know what I mean? Like hockey's a little bit more I do think hockey's the most electric to go to with that because I feel like a lot of people don't mark their calendars. They want to go to hockey games, but that seems like a fucking blast.
And having like the section in.
That's the other one.
Stadium is crazy.
Should the teams embrace over sections on broadcast? Gambling is legal. Like there is no nobody's in it's by the book through and through. Everything is by the book. So like when all they do is talk about it on a broadcast for a bunch of dummies in the section, nothing is bad about that. If anything, it's like what I don't get is
the team could. I think like the stadium itself or the arena could, but I think that might be dicey if you have like the team social media.
The team broadcast the Coyotes tweeted we need 3 more for the over.
I know, but I think that can get a little dicey.
What?
I feel like that could get dicey.
It definitely could get dicey, but here's the thing. We lived in the world for 25, 30 years where gambling's bad. Don't talk about gambling. Don't do this. And then all of a sudden it gets legalized and all the big boys come out and they're like, okay, well, now we're cashing checks, and here's this show, bet show.
I think it can only work for an over.
But that's why people love us.
That's tampering.
Because people have been gambling, and let me tell you something. People at those big boys have been gambling for 40 years. Yeah. It's just a matter of, like, what they talked about. So then we always embraced it. You always knew what the spread was. So, like, what if they cut away the cameras of the over sections? Or you can, when you do group tickets, you're going as, like, 2 guys, or it's almost like a singles mix-up. Like, I want to go to the game tonight, and where do I want to sit? I want to sit in the over section.
Well, that'd be a great activation for something like DraftKings. Like, you have the DraftKings over section.
DraftKings over section at a lot of places. Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. So, tons of characters at that. Dave, again, those videos of Dave just cracking up with the loud talking guy. Yeah. Did you see that? Where he couldn't form a sentence. He was laughing so hard. Credit to them, too. They went with, like, no security. He was in the mix.
Yeah, well, I think if you have that many like-minded individuals, like,
I don't
go press go guys too.
Agree.
They're not gonna agree. No one's gonna
but that's a guy like you look at who else is doing that. So there's credit to that.
Does this make you think maybe RyderCon next year we do for at a Big East basketball game at the Garden and maybe
all right, so I did have that. I did want to do that.
Maybe Triple Crown we host the pregame.
Yeah. What is better though? Going all in on one guy, points. Going all in on a team, going all in on an over. Like, what is the better side?
I think you go with it's got to be Providence St. John's at the Garden.
Yeah.
All right.
RyderCon for the pregame and the postgame, and just like we'll have like a pregame,
hosted by the PCBC.
Yeah, like you get a live show of those guys at oh my god.
Take over the Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get like a little section for like
all black.
Yeah.
Up in the boons too. Like the worse the seats, the better.
We try to see like who comes out more stronger, PCBC or Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that. All right, a lot of good stuff out of IceCon.
Also, I just talking about PCBC. I don't know if you saw this at all. Have you seen the hashtag Fanta Windmill?
Yes, I just watched this video.
You saw it?
Yeah, unbelievable.
It was so funny.
He's the best.
Okay.
He's the best. We're gonna try and get John on this week. We're working out times. He's the best. All right, empty him out.
Okay.
I think it's opening night, by the way. Barstool basketball.
It is.
Cade in Fort Worth. Is it Cade in Fort Worth or is it Cade in Fort Worth?
I don't.
It's Caden, Kaden. I've never been the type of guy to correct people because my name is fucking pretty hard to get. People fuck it up all the time, so no worries. It's very confusing. Caden in Fort Worth. So, Rico,
what's
couple
up?
things real quick. You had a great weekend, man. I called the other day, talked about the sheet. Obviously, didn't need the sheet. You crunched the numbers. You gave out some great winners. I was tailing. But I thought you were electric on the stream, man. I really enjoyed. I had my 3 TVs set up, and I had the stream on my laptop at all times. Was kind of turning the volume back and forth. But I really enjoyed you, really all 4 days. Thought you were a great ad, and I was really glad that Dave had you back. So that was my first thing. Second thing, that guy for Oregon, that guard, and then De Silva for Colorado, those guys are so fucking fun to watch. Both those guys were absolutely electric. I think De Silva in the second half single-handedly put Colorado on his back and essentially was the reason why they covered. I think he had like 2 points in the first half and then wound up going off in the second half. But my main question I wanted to ask you, I'm not sure if you've talked about it all, but one of my favorite parts about March Madness is the CBS TNT Turner Sports crews that call the games. I absolutely thought Van Gundy, Kevin Harlan, and Dan Bonner were heads and tails the best crew out there this week. And I'm not sure if they're calling the Final Four in the national championship, but listening to Van Gundy and Dan Bonner go back and forth, dissecting Zach Edey and dissecting some of those other games, like I absolutely loved listening to those guys, and they deserve to be on the call for that national championship, but wanted to get your take on that.
So the only that's gross. The only negative on the streams is that you don't hear, you're talking, you got guys doing conversation in there, you're participating, you don't really know, the audio is down, so I don't get the I thought you were going to say about the studio show as well. I don't get any of the studio show, and I don't really get a lot of the play-by-play because you got a lot of guys talking. But when you're home and you're dialed in, yeah, I was reading some tweets. Van Gundy was really dialed into, like, I don't want to say making fun of, but like the coach in him kept being like, why do they keep blitzing this ball screen? Why do they keep doubling here? Why are they doing that? Why do they keep shooting this? So he was really good. Dan Bonner, I didn't know too well, but yeah, I think they were really good. You remember, like, way back in the day, we had some really elite broadcasting teams too. They used to let Billis do it, if you can remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weirdly, Gottlieb was on it, but like we had some really, really good ones. Now I think it's surprising. I don't think they're all like exceptional, just because there's so many of them. But I like Hummel. I obviously like Ian. I mean, that's the A team.
Right.
Harlan's really good, but being
Ian called. Do you think Ian and that crew will get the nod for the Final Four? Grant Hill and those guys?
Oh, it's not to be debated. Yeah, that's the team. That's the team. It's not to be debated. Him and Raftery, 100%. That's non-debatable. But yeah, being in the stream, you don't get all the audio. I miss that a little bit. Like, a guy says something and then yeah, it was good. I was a little loopy, both after a while. The stand-in coming off the bus was definitely a little loopy, but there's that mix of like when to take it seriously, when to talk ball, and then also like when to just different random arguments that come up. So it's a good thing we got going. But everybody in there was
Rico
positive.
stock's high, man. Rico
it's still
high.
low, so I think it's back to medium rare plus, but we'll take it.
It's high, baby. It's high.
We'll take it.
I had a financial advisor tell me how much it was worth this morning. Thanks so much, guys.
Appreciate it. Dump him out, Dukes.
Nikki C, Chicago.
Bosco, how you doing?
What's going on? Hold on, a real quick one. A chirp. I just saw this on the timeline. Big Cat goes, is Caitlin Clark going to score over 31.5 points tonight? I'd like her to. Dave goes, you aren't allowed to say her name. Never mind, bet on her. So, all right, yeah, Nikki C, what's going on?
Hey, I'll be a quick one, but yeah, Gary from Queens, I got my money on him next year against PCBC.
Okay.
No disrespect to the PCBC. I just wanted to say, hell of a bounce back by the old dog this weekend. Sorry, my throat. Yeah, fuck it. Redemption story like Johnny John from the Oscar.
Yeah, everybody's struggling.
Best supporting actor in Highs. And Dukes.
Nick.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Nick, are you really in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago today.
What about in April?
Yeah, I'm in April.
Okay.
He knew.
And
I think he's from
back.
Chicago. He knew things about me that I didn't even know that I knew.
We might have a job for you, Nick, if you're interested. A little gig.
Hey, please DM me.
All right.
Hey, and dude, they don't know what it's like to be in the trenches with your boys at Dayton. I'm tired of these fucking calls, man.
Dude, he knew shit about me at Dayton that nobody else knew.
He's a good investigator.
I got boys.
He's a good investigator. I got guys.
He knew shit that I couldn't even deny. I was like, yeah, that did happen.
I got guys.
You got ears to the streets.
I got
Nikki
guys.
C.
I got guys.
Hey, dude, there's no disrespect. We love you. You know.
No, it was no disrespect. It was actually all respect.
All right, but just let me know if I need to take care of some skeletons in your Twitter DMs.
No, dude, don't worry. I can handle my own shit.
He gets fired.
I know you can.
He gets fired.
Hey, last couple. How about Bam? How about Timmy?
Yeah, I know. Big moments. They said we weren't in it. How bad our stretch was. Last time I checked, UConn lost 5 in a row, 5 out of 6 last January. So we'll be okay. Big one against Carolina. I went up, said hello to Katie, but now Katie's enemy number 1.
3 fucking Sweet 16s in 5 years, baby.
He's a stud. Katie also is still mad at me from 2022 when I jinxed Carolina for that title.
Hey, and congrats to that Goomba Sprinkle as well. Like, I win everywhere.
He does win every. You see the whole family out for him?
Oh, my God. Look at that, baby. The
Bigger
whole
than
family's
sports.
there. They got a fucking special on them.
Yeah, we're going to look good in purple and gold. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah. Let me know if I need to send a jumpsuit.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, last thing. Sorry. Last 2 locks tonight. Gonzaga woman -1.5, minus $1.10, and then Caitlin Clark over 9.5 assists, minus $1.20.
All right. We like it. We like it. All
Thank
right.
you. Let me know if you need any job in Chicago, all right?
All right. She was, it seems like she's a little burnt out. She's giving a little, Jordan vibes in the last dance.
Yeah, you see her dad? You see her dad reminded me I got an older sister.
All right, hold on. I got to deal.
Wait, what?
Hold on. I got to deal with Dukes now. Did you not, at the end of a season, it's the end of her 4 years, everywhere she goes, she's like the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Cameras in the face, do the right thing, running into people.
Yeah.
You don't think she's emotionally spent a little bit?
No, I do. I don't know why he just looked at me dead in the eye and like, what does this fucking cocksucker say?
Because you went like
I didn't fucking do anything. I was saying.
You went like, where's he going with this? This fucking idiot.
No, that's not, dude.
You and Mikey in Texas. You don't watch
Did you
football.
see a Johnny Manziel arc
I was getting the
potentially
fucking
for
goldfish
Caitlin
out of my
Clark?
teeth.
What?
Did you see like a potentially hazardous Johnny Manziel arc?
I don't
for
see
Caitlin
a
Clark?
hazardous arc for her.
Oh.
It's just I see more of Jordan emotionally being spent at the end of those runs. He talks about that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 4 years. She's been carrying this team. Everywhere she goes, she's got a camera in her face, multiple cameras in her face, interviews, this, that, merch, NIL, all this stuff. You got to be a role model. You're carrying the sport to a degree. People either love you or hate you. A lot of people coming at her. She dealt with the LSU controversy. You saw it. They're playing a 16 seed. They're only up 8. She's freaking out on her dad. She's freaking out on the refs. She's headbutting the ball. Little just emotional spent of that. You know what I mean? And the bigger thing, the pressure of not winning yet is what I would say is a big rock on somebody's shoulders. That's all. Do I think she's going to deliver? Yeah. But I could see how it's just you see somebody operating with a lot of stress.
Well,
that's all.
This might be
coming from a
bad
stress guy
thing to say, but if we want to call a spade, after this year, when she gets a WNBA, I'm sure the coverage of her is going to be significantly less.
I actually disagree. Wait. You're saying less?
Lessened.
Yeah, 100%. I thought you were going to say more. Oh,
no,
yeah.
No. It's definitely
way less.
lessened. So when she gets through this, then she probably can.
Agreed. But which I'll ask you this too, honestly. Which matters more? An NCAA women's title or a WNBA title?
NCAA women's title.
Without a doubt.
I actually disagree now. How? Because I want to, for the most part. But if she makes a WNBA title now worthwhile, she could legitimately change the WNBA.
Yeah, but she's been building for this for 4 years for this title. She's the team. She got to a championship game last year.
She lost.
I agreed. It's even more pressure. So
2 things about
I
Caitlin
just
Clark.
see a lot of pressure on there. I think that's one of those. I don't know what you do in between, but I think they win this game, get to the second weekend, and tomorrow is a pizza party day. Just I'm serious.
Yeah.
A reset. She needs a little bit of a reset.
Me and Meek don't watch Iowa basketball for her. You know who you watch it for.
No, I watch it for Caitlin Clark. Get the fuck out of here.
Robbie was saying it. I agree.
Fuck no.
Second off, Caitlin Clark, I want her to go 5 years. I know she's not. 5 years just so she could just shatter the records.
Yeah.
Like shatter the scoring records so nobody can even sniff it again.
Her bag will obviously be like, what's the WNBA rookie minimum?
Her
Put it this
maximum,
way.
I guess.
There were two girls.
Her NIL money will definitely be
There
way
were two
more.
girls I know that were on a powerhouse high school basketball team on Staten Island.
Okay.
One became a teacher in the New York City Board of Education. The other one played WNBA. Who do you think made more?
The teacher.
The teacher.
But I'm saying
Crazy.
she's probably
Dude,
she's
Caitlin Clark,
raking
though.
it in right now with
Agreed.
NIL money.
Her
So
sponsorships are going to be insane. She's with State Farm. She's got State Farm Jake. Like her sponsorships.
She'll make her sponsorships either way.
Yeah.
I just think that if she comes back for the 5th year, it's one of those people kind of being like, you're doing it like you're hanging around Iowa City again. What are you afraid of making the jump? Which is not fair. Do whatever you want, and everyone has been entitled to a 5th year pretty much. I think 4 and done makes her even better. It's a true like throwback of the 4 and done, no bullshit. You know, I'd like to see them get to a title. There's a lot of compelling storylines in that women's. LSU is a fucking freak show. What the? When is that 30 for 30 coming out?
I deny all the allegations. What allegations?
Yeah, craziness. With Pat 42, it seems like a respected guy. I don't think he's a scumbag. I never heard his name be badmouthed anywhere.
I just hate Kim Mulkey. It's crazy.
I kind of like that she's just a badass.
Chad said 75K rookie salary for WNBA is what is expected. I don't know if that's true.
75K?
Like that's
Jesus Christ.
I mean, obviously with endorsements, she's gonna
yeah.
eclipse that easily. But that's
crazy.
There's no way. I gotta do some.
Also, Caitlin Clark's thing, like people are more anticipate, like we're looking forward to the women's tournament more than the men's tournament. It just opens up the floodgates for sexists everywhere to be like, well, this is why we can't take. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Yeah, according to Google, $64,000 to $76,000 for the first year.
Jesus Christ.
And also, like, I think that the favorites in the women's tournament were 30-1 straight up.
Yeah. I mean,
Any comment, Bosco?
They're laying 50 points, so you expect it. All right, empty them out.
Laying, Jesus, come on, let's have some respect.
They're laying 50 points.
That was, all right. 4 more.
Yeah, I took one women's pick. I had UCLA minus 27.5. By the way, Liam Blutman, top 5 most fascinating people at our company. Top 5 most enjoyable. But, like, have you experienced anything with him?
I have not. I've only seen
Phil, I know, is boys with him in his, like, Twitter DM group, which is bizarre. We'll have to get more clarity of that. He's monotone. He just speaks monotone.
He sounds like a Muppet a little bit.
He's super knowledgeable, knows a ton of shit off,
disrespect.
is kind of funny in his own way, knows not to take things. He's really, really enjoyable. But, man, he's a character, dude. He's an interesting cat. Interesting cat. And then he was going after me with Grand Canyon. So he's a funny clip on Titus's thing where he was like, "This tournament sucks." He's like, "I'm sorry, it sucks."
I think the Purdue thing is a little overblown.
Yeah.
I think Purdue, like.
I mean, Sprinkle said it too. Utah State was fouling them. Those were fouls, but it's just a difficult watch. That both can be true. I don't want to watch that foul fest. And I'll give it. People keep being like, Edie's only good because he's tall. Edie was fucking excellent. And is an excellent player and played himself up to the first round now.
I agree.
And he was undrafted last year. Edie is a phenomenal basketball player. That doesn't mean it's frustrating watching guys play him. Both can be true. I like Zach.
If he played in the 90s, he'd be 1 of 1.
Yeah.
He may only be a first-round pick because this draft class sucks.
That agreed too, Phil. But I think he's played himself into having a roster spot with a couple of minutes of defending a big and get him. He's going to have up at the over-under of at least
he's
6 years in the NBA.
I love Luka Garza, but if you're looking at Luka Garza, Oscar Tshiebwe, we're just talking about some dominant bigs that.
Yeah, but you got to be dumb. He is 7'4". Those guys weren't 7'4".
I agree, but he'll be on a roster.
Agreed. I think for 6 years.
He won't be on like a G League roster either. I don't think.
I think
he'll
he will get minutes as a center. There
He'll
still is a center position.
What? It'll be the next Taco Fall where he comes in the game of a blowout.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
YDKB.
I don't think so. Dukes, empty him out.
His type just isn't NBA player.
Nah, I don't know. I think he's played himself.
Yeah, he's a good I think he doesn't get enough credit for how he defends the pick and roll.
Yeah.
Like he's a good basketball player. Fit Cincy.
Yo, Bosco.
What's up?
Hey, I'm a man of honor. I respect the way that you're a man of honor and you're cleaning up your ways. The bankroll is looking significantly thinner from betting against the Crimson Tide. So just wanted to say that they actually learned how to play defense.
If anybody can make that statement untrue, it's Carolina. You got to respect your opinions. R.J. Davis, New York City guard, Baycott, phenomenal inside. Cormac Ryan can stick it from anywhere. Like, a lot of good players at Carolina. Hubert Davis, a lot of success so far after a trash year last year. This is going to be a tough one, so I'm excited to see what Carolina brings.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that I was not wrong because I still want to see what the Crimson Tide do, but also, like, I just had to give some respect. I put 10-unit burgers on both of those games, Grand Canyon and Charleston, so definitely regretting that. But at the same time, you only live once, man. I wouldn't do it over for the world.
No, I think it's a good draw out in L.A. It's a true road game. Like, is Carolina going to travel? For sure. Is Bama going to travel? I don't know. But I'll put it this way. If we were playing – actually, yeah, these sites don't really – but, like, if the site was in Atlanta, that's a bad – because they're both from the same area, so I disagree. But playing it out west, I kind of like. I like that it's a true neutral site.
I think if it were somewhere like Pittsburgh or something, that there'd be a lot more North Carolina.
Now, if we were playing Arizona, that's a disaster. But, I forgot again, I'm a noodle. I forgot for a second Alabama and North Carolina from the same kind of geographical area. So playing in the South and Texas would have.
My actual healthy debate, Rico, is healthy debate. What are you going to do if they make it to the Final Four? If the Crimson Tide make it to the Final Four, what are we going to be seeing from Rico Bosco?
I'll be the toast of the town, hopefully. But, I'll be there, God willing.
Would you do a mini RiderCon in Tuscaloosa if they went to the Final Four?
I think I would do it in Scottsdale. I think that could be a lot of fun. Because people would hopefully people travel in, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of students, they pay for students to go, or students have the opportunity to go. I mean,
yeah.
Alex Earl was there last year.
Deal with colleges and stuff like that with their tickets and whatnot.
Jackie did a 5K running around the stadium. Fastest 5K time ever. Looking for Alex Earl. Documented. Documented. And I appreciate it. No, that would be a good one. We just got to get to the Elite Eight. We got to get over the hump. We got one game. It's a one-game season. Get over the hump, and we'll figure out what happens. And then potentially a rematch with Arizona out west. So we'll see. Or a very good Clemson team. Who would be a rematch as well. You look at this region. We played Purdue. Played Purdue, Creighton, Clemson, and Arizona. It's a tough schedule. And Tennessee as well. So that's a tough schedule.
To me, not being a Bama fan, Rico, it honestly is just like if they play defense like they have the last two games, they can hang around with any team.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I would
just.
take Alabama
but you see the struggles.
They're going to play the way they have been.
Yes, it's the stupid fouls. It's getting being up 8 and all of a sudden now we're down 4 again. It's the stretches of not putting together 40 minutes. When they put together 40 minutes, they're better than anybody. So we'll see. Maybe not UConn, but we'll see.
Bama?
Yeah. When they put together 40 minutes, they're just as good as anybody in the country. Just as good. I just showed you those teams who we played. Played right there with Tennessee. Played right there with Purdue. Played right there with Arizona.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, fair. All right. Empty them out, dudes.
All right, cool. Peace out.
I mean, yeah, just from the glance of the eye, it looks like they have one elite win.
Okay. How many? All right.
No, I'm a Bama guy, and I'm a Nate Oates guy, and I'm a rider. I'm just happy that Alabama put on the clamps for that strong GCU team. That 12 seed, like they said we could, and you know what?
Yeah.
They said we couldn't play defense.
They could have been worse. They could have been down 20 against the 10 seed.
They said we couldn't play
defense.
defense.
Could have been worse. They could have been down 20 against the 10 seed.
They said we couldn't play defense.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been worse.
They said we couldn't play defense.
Could have been worse. Anytime you got to fight for your lungs day one against a 10 seed, but.
Yeah, Mountain West. Mountain Best.
Mountain Best. Empty him out.
That's Utah State right there.
Empty him
Danny
out.
Sprinkle dominated that conference.
Empty him out.
8 in New Hampshire.
The sheer amount of eating, by the way, in the last 4 days for me. Thank God it's Cane's because they're so fucking good. But it's just every 5 minutes you go out to take a piss. Another chicken. Like, it's you need it to fuel yourself. You can't fall asleep. You need it to fuel yourself. It's crazy. Next one.
Shout out to Toast. Shout out to Toast from Canes. But,
yes. Yes. Shout out to Toast.
I was watching the games this weekend, and I'm not really a basketball guy, but that's besides. Oh, my bad.
You got it.
Besides the point, but I saw the charges, I saw the block calls, and those are some of the best calls a ref can make. And I just want to say, like, what are some other like calls? Like, growing up, my dad was a referee in like the AHL in like hockey, so I saw a bunch of like the calls. Like, they always get to announce it, all those things. The football guys get the flags, soccer get the cards. Like, what's the best like referee call?
The block charge is the best for that, both ways, this way and this way. But I will give you something that rivals it as a base umpire, and I wasn't a base umpire. Close play at third base, coming in and getting that look, and then
punching him out,
banging him out, or bang out at home plate, that rivals it as well. So anything where you get to be emphatic, it works out.
I agree.
Appreciate it.
Is there any football equivalent?
Of course. Have a nice day.
I don't think so. I really don't. Because it's so delayed.
Everyone's also pissed no matter
Yeah,
what.
exactly. It's delayed. Hockey the same. Dukes, any more?
2.
Yeah, throw them up.
Okay. Yanni, New York.
Yo, what's going on? Rico, first and foremost, you were looking sharp this weekend. If this whole Barstool thing doesn't work out, I think you got a career in fine dining.
Thank you.
You know, you looked comfortable, like a natural, all of that. So I got 2 things. The first one, Jesse, you just said Johnny Manziel, Caitlin Clark comparison. That makes no sense. Unless she has an OnlyFans I don't know about, that comparison, I just don't get it.
I wasn't comparing them. He said that she feels burnt
The
out. And I
arc.
was like, are you worried that because she's getting burnt out, then she's going to go on some like partying arc and ruin her career? And Johnny Manziel would be the comparison. I'm not saying they're at all parallel.
I think that's a
their
fair
actions.
one because Johnny Manziel was probably burnt. Again, all that attention, you could go one way or the other. She's done a great job handling it. If headbutting the ball is her only downfall so far,
I'm
seems
not
like she's
comparing her as
handling
a
it pretty
player
well.
or as like a social media figure. I'm just saying. That
Yeah,
is
the
where
only
they go
thing, though, it's like that's on the court, right? Johnny Manziel, all of his problems were off the court. I think if you show a little bit of passion on the court, on the field, I mean, if you're at the top of your game, like,
fair
you
enough.
have
But
to expect that, you know?
Jetski brings a good point. When you don't get, it's like anything. Like if you're not getting the one thing you want, you go to different outlets. Or if something doesn't give you what you're looking for, you supplement it with something else. So to Jetski's point, she could be a little burnt out. How do you relax? I'm going to relax by being reckless off the court. Like going to the clubs makes me feel good. You heard it a little bit with Situation. You know what I mean? Like he was like, I just needed the next thing. Chris Herron, he talks about that too. Like this drug wasn't enough. This drug.
I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark has a drug or alcohol problem at all.
Without a doubt. No, without a doubt. We are talking.
That's not what I'm saying either.
No,
That's
she's
not
a
what I'm
friend.
saying either.
She's a friend. We are talking about generic being burnt out in sports and what that could do. Look at the name Todd Marinovich or whatever it was.
Marinovich, yeah.
His dad, the kid was a machine. He wasn't allowed to eat birthday cake. They fucking measured his arms every day. Did 1,000,000 curls, push-ups, this, that. After a while, football wasn't giving him what he liked, so he cheated on football and went and did drugs.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Same thing you could look at with marriages, this, that. If what you have ain't working, you cheat on it with something else. Manziel, football wasn't giving enough, I go cheat. I'm chasing the next high. Or like whatever. Like or you come out of a gym, like come out of a game. Like
But,
it was
but
awesome.
he was chasing these highs while football was giving him everything at the same time.
I was saying it very
But
tongue-in-cheek, saying I don't see
agree,
Caitlin Clark going that way.
But in fairness, you don't know what's going on in his head if football was giving Johnny Manziel enough. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only he knows
I'm
that.
just talking.
And from
well,
the
I get that.
outside,
I'm
you could
talking
say
from-
you're the quarterback at
from
Texas A&M, you're winning Heisman's. How dare you say football's not giving you enough? It's the same way, man. Some guys are married to a supermodel, and they're like stepping out. Like you can't get in everybody's head. People
I
act
get that.
differently.
I just saw from some of his interviews, like with Shannon Sharp and whatnot, it seemed like he was in a much better headspace while still at college than when he was in the NFL. So that's where I kind of see the hole in the argument here, where I think he still was in a decent spot. And I mean, he just wanted to party too, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But
I also
all right,
think
I have a
people should
second-
be entitled to a little
All right,
bit of
yeah, let's
both.
do it.
Guys want to go out and play, and
Of
like
course.
guys want to like you're in the MLB and you want to go have a couple of beers and play golf with your buddies, or you like to gamble, as long as it's within moderation, everybody should be entitled to a normal life. And the people who come after it, like, yo, you're the shortstop for the Yankees. How dare you fucking go out to Atlantic City on a weekend? Aren't you in Atlantic City? You're a top finance guy. Like, how dare you step away? Shouldn't you be crunching? You know what I mean? So, like, again, I'm not a poor athletes type of guy, But I just do think a lot of people love to pile on, right? You know what I mean? When they look at themselves and it's like, aren't you doing the same shit?
It's easy to hate. Once the snowball starts rolling, it's easy to hop on.
Exactly. So
I got one more, though.
Sure.
I'm looking at this DraftKings Sportsbook, great app, excellent. And it has your Crimson Tide at plus 4.5 against UNC. I'm sure Nate Oates is sitting there looking at his phone, waiting for you to text him. Can we get a commitment? If you're going to ride, is this a game of the year?
It's not a game of the year yet. I mean,
but they might need that because this is their toughest matchup all year. You've been in their corner, you've been battling.
All right,
how can you fight as hard as they're going to need to fight?
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It's a game of the year in terms of significance already. We got to break through this gap. So it's my emotional game of the year. Now to put my finances on game of the year, you're potentially looking at being financially down and emotionally down. That's a difficult road to go down. You know what I mean?
All right, but hear me out. Think about being financially up and emotionally up.
Well, that's the golden road, man. If everything was
Did you not
rainbows
that?
and ponies, exactly. I get what you're saying. I've been involved in them 2 times, backing them, so we'll be involved. But I wish I could know if the defense is going to travel as well. It looks really good, but we'll see. I wish I know if the threes could drop. We'll get involved live. We'll be on it. That's a good one. That's a real good call.
All right, shoot him a text tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Appreciate it. I talked to him last night. Appreciate it. Dukes, give me the next one.
Last one. And Michi Johnson transferring. I know you like him. Nope. South Carolina? Guard? Does it do it for you?
Noodle.
Shout out Michi Darko,
Noodle.
Flatbush Zombies.
Not going to pretend I know
know
the name to a degree that you're saying, but can't connect the dots right now. Can't connect the dots right now, Dukes, I'll be honest.
No, that wasn't even me. That wasn't even me.
Can't connect them. Noodle brain. Can't connect them.
Because you actually talked to me about him and how you thought you were really good. That's why I brought it up.
Trying to get a win tonight. Trying to get a hoops win tonight as well. Clemens got 52 people on the roster.
Yeah, I was surprised at that, but hey, we ball.
It'll make for good drama.
Tommy Smokes came up to me in the kitchen. He was like, "Hey, I'm on the team," and I'm like, "How?" And then he told me he's wet from 3, which I know is not true, but I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know if my attendance is going to be perfect in this league.
I don't think it will be either.
Because I wasn't already on it, so it's like if this is a test of like we made a big off-season acquisition, and if it don't work out, it's like, you know what? All right, we fooled around for a couple of days, couple of weeks. It ain't going to work. Let's go back to our lives.
I think you're going to have the hot mic, so be
oh, that's a little – I wish I could clip it.
No, you got to put it on here.
Really?
Yeah. I think we need that.
All right, we'll figure it out.
We need you getting chippy.
Good one. Nate, Alabama. West Texas, sorry. West Texas.
Hey, Rico.
What's up?
Hey, this is Sim. Hey, healthy debate. Your boy Doug Gottlieb should be the next coach at Oklahoma State.
Me and Doug have buried the hatchet. He still blocked me, but I don't know how you go from broadcasting to coaching without any experience. I don't think I think he's got to pay his dues a little bit as an assistant.
Yeah, well, I think he's got a lot of talent that could help us. Second thing is, I believe the Thunder showed up your ass when they won the title this year.
Yeah, the Thunder calls I don't get, but you're saying Bosco. I don't know. Go Thunder. I'm gonna place a wager now on the Thunder to win the title. I'm pot committed, but it is what it is. All right, Jessica, give me a final whistle here.
Okay, so you obviously just had a well-documented long bus trip, but I want you to kind of spin zone the pros of traveling by bus versus plane.
That motherfucking bus was bad, man. I was talking to Jackie before. I blacked out. I didn't take anything. I just tried to look at the seat in front of me and count the threads, on the. When you just all right, this is. I don't even really know how to describe it. I just knew I have 24 hours with no real outlet. I can't keep getting up. You can't eat. You have no one to talk to.
So there's no positives.
There was no positives at all. I genuinely at points just looked at the seat and tried to just truthfully fall asleep with my eyes open, if that makes sense.
What about self-reflection? It gave you more time to.
Definitely thought about shit, but
And I do feel like we have a new
I'll
version
say
of you
this.
Right now. You're
I will say this. Let's end it positively. The self-reflection of that situation was definitely it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. It ain't that bad. you're watching people carry strollers and car seats, which doesn't even make sense because they weren't in a car.
The woman going to California.
The woman going to California. The woman screaming at her kids, like how bad those kids have it. Like, not to get sentimental, but like I was like, my end destination was to go hang out with a guy worth half a billy and his merry men of morons, and laughing at different things that were going on, and all anyone could talk about is IceCon. It's like a fucking, I was living in a fucking Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
Compared to these people. So it wasn't that bad. And you look at what's going on and like passed out on the floor and you're like, just where are you going? Or the guy from Philly, when we got to Philly who got arrested, he started his day in New York. Like, where the fuck? Is he just a vagabond? Does he care where he's fucking going? Like, so that was the positive. Like, weirdly. Like, you were like, it was one of those, like, you know, your parents take you to the less fortunate when you're complaining how many toys you're going to get around Christmas. You know? But the 24 hours was tough, bro.
If you could have brought one item that you didn't bring to make the trip better,
I don't
what
even.
would it have been?
Maybe an air mattress that fits in the aisle, and I would have just contorted my body down. But I don't. I truthfully, jet ski, I don't know.
Not in like a
there's
Game Boy?
No, I
With
think I would have
original
got car.
Pokemon?
I would have got car sick. Maybe a PSP or a Switch, but I think I would have got car sick. Like, I don't know, dude. It was something. It was something.
Well,
I gotta
proud of
forget
you.
about it soon, but crazy. All right, that's Healthy Debate. We'll be back. Jet ski, what? Thursday?
Wednesday, right? Or Thursday?
When do you want to air it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
You'll have enough time to turn it around?
turn it around.
All right, cool. Wednesday. Back Wednesday for a Healthy Debate.